Shalom, shalom. I want to say all praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the sincere brethren. I came out there across the four winds, four corners of the globe, pushing the truth, the good news of Yahweh Shai, proclaiming salvation to the elect of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and proclaiming the downfall of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and his wicked empire. So this video is going to be entitled Division and More Divisions. Division and More Divisions. Because that's the times that we're living in, and that's what we saw with the so-called assassination attempt on the former President Trump, which is all according to biblical prophecy, man. You understand? Whether it's real or fake, hey, let the world debate that, but something happened, and what? It's going down in the history books as an assassination attempt, which is what? Showing the divisions amongst this country, the political division, the ideological divisions amongst this country, between so-called Democrats, Republicans, also showing racial divisions between so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the so-called white man. It's just showing all type of divisions in this country, man, that hey, somebody will go to the lengths of trying to take out the president, man, the former president, and probably soon to be president. But that's all according to biblical prophecies. So this is the book of Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself can. So this kingdom was built upon division, to be honest with you. Because what? It was built on the divisions of what? So-called white people against so-called Negroes and Native Americans, man. You know what I mean? So that in itself is a division, man. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And ultimately, to present day times, divided politically, Democrats, Republicans, divided by class, the rich versus the poor. Because basically they're getting rid of the middle class with the inflation, with the wages not keeping up with inflation, with the cost of living, so on and so forth. So you have class divisions, the rich against the poor, or the rich against the middle class, so to speak. You understand? So you have political divisions, Democrats, Republicans, class divisions, rich against poor. You have racial divisions, which, like I was saying, goes back to the foundation of this country, so-called white people versus so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latinos, man. You understand? So you have racial, political, and class divisions, which are the three major divisions that's gonna what? Cause this country to come to its knees, man. Like we saw when the so-called assassination attempt happened, man. Because let's say it went through. Hey, this place would have been in upheavals, man, more than likely. Shit might have hit the fan. Everybody would have been on edge if it went through where Trump got taken out, man. And hey, it's just like that, man. Because when it happened, we was at camp, and then a brother brought it up. I was like, damn, show you how quick the Lord could move, man, in causing shit to go haywire, man. So this is the book of Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. So a kingdom divided, a house divided is going to fall, man. And that's the forecast of America. A nation divided that will fall, man. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So can America stand? No. Can America sustain? No. Because divisions is too deep, man. Going back to the foundation. Let's get that real quick. Amos 9 and 8. Going back to the foundation of this place. Basically, the foundation of this place sealed its fate to fall in the future, man. This is the book of Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom. And this place is laden with sins. This is the den and the house of iniquity here in Babylon the Great, where you can commit and do any manner of sins that go against the scripture. adultery, man to man, woman to woman business, drugs, worship any god that you want to worship. That's here in Babylon Agreement. Idolatry, you understand? Blasphemy, any manner of sin and sins unto death at that, you can commit here in America, man. And you could commit murder and get off, man. Or get a 5-year sentence. So scriptures speak about what? The law being slack. And that's because what? The wicked are in authority. Job 9 and 24. You understand? So Satan is divided against itself, man. Because even amongst this wicked kingdom, because the Democrats and Republicans, they both wicked. You Negroes in the world, and you Negroes in the world, the 2/3, and you so-called white people, you both wicked. You're not right. You understand? The rich is wicked. The poor is wicked in this country. So everybody is wicked, man. The only righteous are the elect. Hopefully, elect the men that pushing out the word, pushing the truth. So they're divided against each other, on both sides are wicked. So that's why it's Satan against Satan. You understand? Back in the book of Amos chapter 9 verse 8. Amos chapter 9 verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord pour upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Saving, I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord. Come, so the elect are going to be saved, but the sinful kingdom is going to be destroyed off the face of the earth. Through what? A third world war, man. The thermonuclear destruction that's coming when countries like Russia, China, North Korea shoot thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles upon this place, man. That's going to be the culmination of Babylon the Great. You understand? Of which is soon to come. Sooner than we know it. Sooner than we know it. This is the book of Nahum. Yeah, Nahum. This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. What's the bloody city of America? How is this kingdom founded? Like I said, on the division of the so-called white man being superior, and you Negroes and Native Americans being inferior. So what? He shed the blood of what? The Negroes and Native Americans, mainly here in America, man. And the Mexicans too, because this land originally belongs to the North American Indians, the Seminole Indians, and the Mexican Indians, man. You understand? Of which he shed the blood of those indigenous peoples, and then he brought the Negroes over here, the tribe of Judah over here, for us to serve slavery, man, here in Babylon the Great. You understand? Nahum chapter 3 verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery. Kind of this place full of lies, man. Telling you a man could turn into a woman could turn into a man. Telling you, and which the president is just a puppet, telling you that to vote. No bullshit, man. Vote, and your vote makes a difference. It's just smoke and mirrors, delusions, man. It's just the work of Satan. You understand? Smoke and mirrors. Woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. Kind of not praise what? The 12 tribes, the children of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You still here in Babylon the Great, catching hell, man. Serving the so-called white man. Baruch 3 and 8. We are yet this day in our captivity, subject to payments, paying taxes, filling up the prison system, so on and so forth, being exploited and oppressed here in Babylon the Great, of which our ancestors' blood was spilled upon the soils of Babylon the Great through slavery and to the genocide of the indigenous peoples of America, man. You understand? So it says, woe to the bloody city. What does woe mean? Destruction. And a great destruction is going to come what? World War III, which is on the horizon, of which America is preparing for, man. Of which really all the countries of the earth, Joel 3 and 9, the Gentiles of the earth, the countries of the earth, are preparing for. They're building up their military, they're building up their nuclear arsenals for this third world war, man. Joel 3 and 9. Back in the book of Matthew chapter 12 verse 26, and if Satan cast out Satan, kind of like I was saying earlier, both sides that are divided in this country is wicked. They're not righteous. They're not telling you to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They're not upholding the Bible in truth and sincerity. No, They're upholding their own demonic philosophies and demonic agendas, man. Both Democrat, Republican, both you Negroes in the world and the so-called white society, man. Both the rich and the poor. None of these people are righteous, man. The only righteous are the elect of the nation of Israel. The men and women that are calling upon the name Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in truth and sincerity. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. So these people divided against themselves. That's why we sit back and laugh, man. We just do the analysis of what's going on, man. You know what I mean? With this whole assassination thing, we say, yo, could be a setup, could not be, but hey, it all fits in the prophecy of this place being divided. You know what I mean? It all fits into prophecy of one nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom, the racial conflicts. You understand? And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So how can America stand when it's so deeply divided, man? The answer is not going to stand. It's due for a fall. America is not special as to where it's not going to fall like the rest of the kingdoms of the ancient kingdoms of the earth fell. America is not special to that point, man. The only kingdom that is special to that point is going to be the kingdom of Yahushua, the kingdom of Israel, man. This is the book of Matthew chapter 28, verse 8. Matthew chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, consider the prophets of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So the prophets of old prophesied against these different kingdoms of what? The war, the pestilence, the evils, the bad times that is come. Same thing that we prophesying, we doing in our stead again in this day and age, man. In the latter times, prophesying of what? Of war, of evil, of pestilence that is coming upon this place. And we prophesied of things like Trump getting might get taken on, man. I've heard brothers say that. I've heard apostles talk about that. You know what I mean? Shit, I might have talked about it too, man. I definitely thought about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they might take this guy out, man. Of which it could happen again, man. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know how the Lord is gonna play it out, because ultimately the Lord is the one who spared Trump. For 1 Samuel 2:6. As it wasn't his time, and he still have more shit that more things that he have to do, man, in the Lord's program. Cause all of us is robots in the Lord's program. So his lot wasn't fulfilled as yet. So that's why he wasn't taken out, man. And Lord knows what his lot, what his fulfillment of his lot gonna be, man. He might be the man to usher in the martial law, the guillotines, cause he's talked about it, man. The great persecution. You understand? Which is really a beautiful thing. We don't dread the times that's come. We embrace it because we know that's the representation of our salvation. You understand? That's the representation of our salvation. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, great destruction. For the sword and their destruction drawing nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another. Division. Division based on race, class, and political affiliation, which we saw forefront with this attempted assassination. Then. One people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So the guy, he had a rifle to lick some shots after Trump, and which they don't focus on it, but people died, man. People died at that rally, man. They got taken out by that guy who was a so-called sniper, man. For the sword and the destruction draw at night, I think it was 2 people or 1 person and 2 people injured, something like that. For the sword and their destruction draw at night, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So these divisions are gonna turn violent, man. And they have already turned violent because we had riots in the past, man. Which that's what's gonna have riots, man. Class riots, race riots, political riots. All of that is gonna come come to one big bang, man. We're just plain out anarchy and distress, no-go zones in the streets of America, in the cities of America. Scriptures, I think, is a path that you, for their great pride, the city shall be troubled, man. Because these cities are prideful in wickedness, man. You understand? For there shall be sedition among mankind, and what that guy did was a seditious act, man. Assassinating the president. Sedition is deal with coming up against the government. You understand? Coming up against the political establishment. That's sedition. So he did a seditious act. So there's going to be sedition among men. For there shall be sedition among men. So men coming up against the government. Hey, these good old boys, they want to come up against. They want to come up against Biden, man. So if Biden win, they could kick something off, man. Those different militias, white militias, could kick shit off, man. So on and so forth, man. There's all types of seditious groups against the government, man. Both on the left and right, so-called Republican and Democrat, man. If the Republicans in power, there's seditious groups that are looking to take them out. If the Democrats in power, there's seditious groups that are looking to take out the Republicans, man. Like we saw with that guy, man. He tried to take out the leader of the Republicans, man. So that's sedition right there. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. And it's going to come to invading one another, meaning when hell breaks loose, they're going to be running up in these different buildings and houses, these different city hall, all of this, man. These different political establishments. When these riots take off, man, these class riots, political riots, and race riots, man. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. So that guy didn't regard that Trump was a president, man. He regarded that he wanted to take him out. So he didn't really respect it, man, basically. He didn't pay homage to him. He tried to take him out. And the same thing these different militias are going to do with the enemies on the other side. They're not going to regard the senators, the presidents, the mayors, so on and so forth. Even the police departments. It's not going to be no regard to that, man. It's going to be every man for themselves, man. Or the different people going to click up, man. This Pakpa also tell you about the scriptures. Also tell you about what everything I saw to kind, man. Like you go into prison, you have the blacks over here, you have the Mexicans over here, you have the Asians over here, you have the whites over there. That's how it's going to be, man. Amongst different classifications, race, class, stuff like that, man. Political affiliation, so on and so forth. They're going to be different gangs, so to speak, man. This place is going to be divided up. It's going to be ganged up, man. It's going to be divided, man. Completely divided. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. So people are going to do whatever they want to do, man. Whatever they feel that they want to do, they're gonna do. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because a lot of these cities going to be blocked out by the military or by different gangs and different cliques, so to speak, controlling shit. So you're not going to be able to come and go as you please. You're not going to be able to travel as you please when the prophecies of the end times, man, of the unrest to come fulfills, man. Matthew the 24th chapter. 2nd Ezra 15, you're not going to be able to travel when this comes to full fruition, man, of which we saw different sparks of it, but it's going to be a time where it's fully implemented, where it's going to be straight out divisions, man. And a man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able to, for because of their pride, cancer they heaven, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Terrible times, man. Terrible times. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's the time that we're steadily approaching, man. Where it's going to be strictly divisions, strictly every man for himself, every group for themselves, man. If you're not with me, you're against me. Basically, it's gonna be death, destruction, pillaging. You know what I mean? We all know what's gonna happen to women in that time. What's gonna happen to children in that time too, man. For the lack of bread You know what I mean? So on and so forth. It's gonna be a terrible thing, man. Terrible times. But hey, it's necessary for the kingdom to come in. So we're not mad at this, man. We embrace it because we know it's necessary for that for the kingdom to come in. And what we're gonna be doing in that time, hey, the Lord is gonna be guiding us, man. The Lord is gonna be feeding us, protecting us, showing us where to go and what to do. You understand? Our trust and our belief and our faith in the Lord, hey, He's gonna direct us in the righteous way. Our righteous are we be part of that elect number. Hey, so that one to say all praises be to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Harakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone Ruel, Shalom to the elect. Bye-bye.